So I got to ask, do these headphones make my head look fat? Just wondering. Hey, the Mountain Man from Troy, Montana. Good evening. Curtis Conrad, Boom Shakalaka, one of the winners of our Christmas contest. Hello, Scott. Hello, Helga. How you doing? From Cambridge, Ontario. Hello, Donald from Omaha. Donald from Omaha, a regular contributor every single morning. Good. Hello, Sonia. Hello, Lewis. Hello, ninjas. Hey, Barry in Tucson. Could you guys hear me okay? I want to make sure I'm coming through. Had some headphone difficulties last night. Give me a yes if you can hear me right now in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Barry. Hey, Shaji and Irving. How you doing? If you guys can hear me okay, give me a yes. Give me a thumbs up. Andre from Montreal. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. There's a little bit of a delay. Last night we were on a webinar. For those of you that were with us last night, I'm making a proclamation. You can hear more about it tomorrow morning on the radio broadcast. For those individuals who participated in the webinar, took their education to the next level, those individuals are going from ninja status to Jedi status. Dig that, Jedi status. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning on the radio show. For now, though, I just want to welcome you to a live webinar. Yes, Mark, this is live. I was going to put my cell phone up here so you can see. Earlier today, Mark posted into the Facebook chat. He goes, is this going to be a live or is this a recording? And then Mark said, well, even if it's recorded, I'll go. But this is live. Today is the 5th of January. You know what that means? Usually on the 5th of January, you know what that means? That means your mortgage is late. Doesn't mortgage companies and rental, like my landlord usually give you like a 5-day grace? So if it's the 5th, then some of us are late, right? Some of us are late. We can put that to bed once and for all, though, because what we're talking about here this evening is the traffic authority, a unique business opportunity that anybody in the world who you put your mind to it and you go to work and you stick to it, you will have results. Now, I got some things I'm going to cover here this evening, okay? We're going to go back to basics. We're going to recap exactly what is the traffic authority. Why do we do the traffic authority? What the compensation model really is like. What are the 3 T's and how do you become 3-star qualified? We're going to go through some really basic fundamental stuff. For some of you, you may be brand spanking new, just getting started, you're going to realize a great benefit tonight because we're going to recap some of the reasons. We're going to remind you of some of the reasons. We're going to give you a refresher course on some of the reasons that you came here. For those of us who are late on our responsibilities on the 5th, we can put that to bed once and for all. Your life can be changed financially within the next 35, 45, 60 days for sure if you simply do the thing. All right, so here's what I'm going to do very, very quickly. I'm going to just, if I may, very quickly, I'm going to disable the chat box. So I want you guys to pay attention. There's a video that everybody likes. I've played this thing a couple of times. Just want to share this with you guys. I'll be back. Pay attention. Put your, stop the chat. You can't do the chat. Turn off the cell phones, turn off the Skype, and check this out. Just be still and be with this for just a moment, okay? So has that sunk in? I was getting some chill bumps when I was watching that video. I'm not exactly sure. Let me see. I have my notes here from this morning. You guys take notes every day? Do you take notes on the radio show? This morning on the radio show, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was Monica live in Portland. Maybe it was Mallory. I love you, Mallory, if you're watching. I'm not exactly sure, but one of our ninja leaders this morning on the radio show actually said, "It's not over until I win." Isn't that interesting that line was just there in that video? So whatever, I don't know what prompted that this morning when one of our ninja women, one of our powerful leaders, actually shared that quote. I don't know if she watched that video or if that's just who she is. But how does that video make you feel? As I sat there watching it, I was just empowered. I'm empowered by so many, so many words and so much emphasis on some truth in there, right? Spending time with yourself, reconnecting with your dreams. No matter how bad it gets, someone's opinion of you is not your reality. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Many of these things sound like a cliche, and many of them are a cliche. And the reason a cliche is because of the intrinsic truth, because it is true. They are words to live by. And that video says so much to me. And I think it's apropos when we revisit the opportunity and the reasons that we are here in the traffic authority and some of the benefits of things like the traffic academy. And what is this really, really all about? I'm reminded of Will Smith. I saw many clips of Will Smith in there, and it's his voice that you hear in many of those quotes. And I'm again reminded of the movie Pursuit of Happiness. If you've seen Pursuit of Happiness, you know what I'm talking about. You've probably heard of the movie Pursuit of Happiness. And if you haven't watched it in a while, I urge you, maybe tonight, maybe after tonight's webinar, take a look at Pursuit of Happiness. Look it up. You can find it out there on some streaming media. I'm sure that you can. The story of the Pursuit of Happiness is a true story of a guy who had a vision and had a dream. And at the beginning of the movie, you'll see that he had been pursuing his dream along the way. In the story, he actually is a door knocker, right? And Earl Teets, I know that you know what a door knocker is. I've heard you talk about your story of selling meat out of your truck, knocking on doors, selling meat out of a truck. That's Earl Teets, one of his many, many things, he's been able to do over his lifetime. And in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, he's a door knocker at the beginning of the movie. He's out there telling the story of what it was like, selling some medical device, knocking on doors, bought inventory, invested in inventory, just like I did in inventory in water filters, only to realize people didn't really want it. In the story, he invested his life savings, borrowed money to buy all of this inventory, filled his home with inventory that turned out to be kind of worthless. Going door to door, knocking on doors, developing his skill, learning how to speak, more so learning how to listen, looking for the openings. This is a lot of the stuff that we learned last night in the Ninja Dojo. It was mind blowing about, some of the things that we learned about. But in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, he was out there developing that skill. And then his life began to come apart. It got worse. His wife left him. He was in a custody battle. He ended up fighting tooth and nail and getting custody of like his 5-year-old son. And that's when the story really begins. He had an opportunity to become a stockbroker, and he knew that was a key for him. That was a key. And so he pursued that dream, the pursuit of happiness. He pursued that dream with such intensity, and he was so relentless. And in the story, he had to go to work for free. No guarantees, no salaries, no draw, no nothing. All he had to do was go out there and put in the effort to prove that he would become an intern. Okay, he had to go through a bunch of effort to only become an intern. And then when he became an intern, which was also a free position, he had to once again prove his worth before he actually got himself in position to begin earning money. Along the way, and this is a true story, the pursuit of happiness. Along the way, it got so bad, I think, there he was with his son, sleeping in a men's shelter, waiting in line, and he's working for a living, right? He's on Wall Street. He has to wear business suits, and he is really, literally living in a homeless shelter with his son. It got so bad at one point in the movie where the homeless shelter couldn't take him because they were filled up, and he and his son slept on the floor of the subway station in San Francisco. Could you imagine the men's room, going into the men's room of a subway station in a major city, and then spreading toilet paper and on the floor so he and his son have a place to sleep? And he makes it fun. He actually tells his son that they're living in a cave because dinosaurs are coming. Tremendous imagination. But the point of the story is he was so vested in his dream. He refused to quit on his dream. And like they said in the video just now, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to go for your dream? And at the end of the story, In Pursuit of Happiness, and this is a true story, the guy got the job. He became a stockbroker. He ended up becoming a 7-figure earner, then owning his own firm. He owned a stock trading firm. I think it was in San Francisco. And he went on to sell it. And, he's a legend, and we're talking about it right now. Played by Will Smith. I urge you guys, there is so many opportunities for us to bail. Okay, in traffic authority, in any company that's out there, especially in this day and age, there are so many opportunities, right? Every single time you open up Facebook, someone has a new shiny toy. Every single time I open up my email, there's something brand new and very alluring and very sexy, and it's an easy fix. That's what it says. Who wants to be a millionaire? I'm giving away my secret formula. My secret formula. I'm going to give it away to the next 10 people. And then, of course, there is no secret formula. And there's way more than 10 people. And everybody who's in there is suddenly going to be pitched on some deal. And then you can become an affiliate. And then you can get people and you can enroll 10 people with the same sales funnel. This stuff comes and goes all day long. And it's a system, it's a process, it's the time we live in. No judgment here, just observation. But my idea is to find something and just be in pursuit of happiness. Like in the movie, Pursuit of Happiness. Find something. Find something. And for me, I'm here. For me, it's the traffic authority. The traffic authority is a really, really cool place to be. It is really something, in my opinion, that has value for everyone. Whether you are a network marketer or maybe you are in traditional business, the real estate, I talked about this morning on our radio show, the real estate world and the insurance world, they live on the internet. Okay. I mean, the other day, and how do you like my new house? For those of you guys who have been with me, I'm in a new space. Welcome to my new castle. I got to tell you, just off topic. I'm living in this building that I'm living in the not too distant past was a wedding chapel. A wedding chapel. How cool is that, right? It's actually a guest house there's a really big house over there. That's where the ministers used to live. And and this right here where I'm sitting right now is where people would come to bond, to get married. They were in love with each other. There was nothing but possibilities in this exact space. Now, I just found this out yesterday. Okay, there was some work being done here, and the guy who I rented from, he showed up, and I'm like, dude, this place is really special. People are coming in, and they're like, it's really homey in here. They're like, it feels really good. And what's going on? And I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, of course, it was a wedding chapel. It was a wedding chapel, meaning people would come here, and it was the day of truth. It was the day of their life. They were bonding. They were committing. They were in love. There was nothing but possibilities. Those are the vibes in here, man. Like, I'm one of those woo-woo hippie guys, can't you tell? And I walk in here, I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? So it was a wedding chapel. So how do you like it? So it's my new place. Those of you guys who have been following me for a while. But let's go back. If you're brand spanking new, let me just revisit for you and let me recap a little bit about what it is that we're doing here, why we're doing it, what the opportunity is for you, if you're willing to just do the thing. Now, as I said, we talked a little bit already about, the pursuit of happiness, pursuing our dreams. Are we willing to do whatever it takes? Is failure an option? Yes, failure is an option for many. There's a lot of people who come through here. A lot of people have come through. I would venture to say in the neighborhood of 100,000 in the last 5 months. In the first 30 days, it was totally off the hook. So much enthusiasm, excitement. But then reality set in. Then people said, this is going to take some work. I'm going to actually have to show up. I'm going to have to do some things. But could it be easier? Correction. Could it be simpler? Could it be simpler? Because all we have to do is the thing, right? We show up every single day, every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We get a chance to hear from people around our community. Every single time we have a live event, and we have many live events. Okay, the Traffic Authority comes together 6 days a week, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's an opportunity for you to come, have your voice be heard, develop your skill. If you're frustrated, vet your frustration. Routinely, we have people who come and they've got some kind of an issue with their website or something's going on, and we're able to get resolution for them in a nanosecond. You hear from people across the spectrum, all over the world, all age groups, all races, all religions. Everyone is showing up there. Are you showing up? Are you actually showing up? Are you plugging into the traffic report every single day? We do that 5 days a week, and we do it because it's an opportunity for us to come together. 5 days a week. This webinar here that you're watching, this is a live webinar. It's January 5th. It's 8:22 Eastern Standard Time. And this is live, and we do this every Tuesday. Yes, Mark. Every once in a while, we'll drop in a pre-recorded event, and usually there's a reason. Not an excuse. There's a reason we're introducing something that's pre-recorded. But we come together every single day on Tuesday nights live. Now, on Thursday nights, we have prospecting webinars every single week. Now, those are automated. The prospecting webinars are automated. But there are 3 different prospecting webinars for you to choose from. And the cool thing about the webinars is that they're produced by the top income earners in our company. Okay, Eric Bechtel, Devon Brown, and then, of course, we have Vincent Ortega Jr. Those are the guys who actually created those webinars, and we have a new one that right now is in the final stages of development. It's going to be killer, probably our best one, and that's every single Thursday night. Now, the webinars are done. The webinars are carefully scripted, and they are they're expensive to do these webinars. I'm going to show you in a minute where you can find some of this material in your member back office if you're brand new. But, could it be simpler that all you have to do is point traffic, or all you have to do is send links to pre-recorded, pre-packaged webinars, and you have a choice of 3 every single Thursday night? Could it be easier? It's simple, but the easy part, that's the rub, because it requires discipline. And most people lack discipline, including me, right? I sometimes lack discipline. One thing you can count on, though, is you will always hear me at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because consistency, congruency of message, knowing that we are here is important to so many people around the world. But my point is that we've had thousands, tens of thousands of people. Take a look at the Facebook page. There's 20,000 VIP members on Facebook. And how many people are actually engaging and posting? The ones who are in process, the ones who understand the video that we just saw, the ones who understand that, yes, this is going to require discipline and work and application. But that's a simple thing. That is a simple thing if you can just find the tenacity and find the resiliency and the discipline to do it. Because eventually, and remember, this version of what we're doing, this morning, some woman left me a cell phone message, right? I find this very, very interesting. And I'm beginning to, it's warm in here. I got to ask you, really, look at that. Does my head look fat in these headphones? Let me enable the chat box here. Want to have a little fun here. Okay, 3-day grace. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you, Celeste. A long time ago, she talked about a 3-day grace period from the landlord. Thank you very much. Some people get a 5-day grace. But so this morning, I was doing some work. I was here working on some of the content that we're developing and delivering here. And I get a voice message, a phone number calls, and it's not in my caller ID. I don't know who's calling. And some woman leaves me a message, and she says, "Hello, Joe. My name is whatever it was. I'm not sure. This is Helen from Florida." And she said, "Would you call me, please?" She says, I am a member of ILS. And I was like, really? You're a member of the Infinite Leverage System? You mean the company that shut down last July? You mean the company that before there was the traffic authority when you were in ILS, which ended in July, and now you want me to call you back because you're in ILS? Now, she will get a call back from me, but it's not a priority. Today I was working with the Next Traffic Academy contributor, right? And we were doing some work with some of the Rebecca stuff, and I was working with the Next Traffic Academy contributor. For those of you who have yet to make an investment in the Traffic Academy, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Is it the $97? What are you wasting? How much money are you spending on DirecTV? How much money are you spending on Starbucks? Dare I say cigarettes? Do you smoke cigarettes? What are they? $8, $9, $10? I mean, for $97, there's so much value in the Traffic Academy. Forget about it. Okay. I mean, the stuff that Rebecca brought just in the Traffic Academy, her contribution there, along with InstaCrusher, along with Nicole Mazer, and of course we have Darren in there. Those three products right there. If you were to go into the world and buy those products at retail, you're going to be flirting with between $3,500 and $4,000. And we've got a guy coming up that is just an expert in LinkedIn, traditional business. Okay, this is where people who, there are people out there in the world who spend a lot of money on web-based education. As a matter of fact, Kim Snyder, good evening, Kim. I know you're watching. Kim Snyder brought to us a stat from Forbes magazine talking about how much money people are spending on web-education, web-based information, education in traditional business. And it was in the billions of dollars. Those are the people who would buy the Traffic Academy. I'm telling you, the insurance, the real estate people, the people who are out there right now, kind of newbies on the internet, looking for the edge, those are prime customers for what we're doing here. But I lost my train of thought. I was telling you guys about this morning. I got this phone call from a woman who she's, oh yeah, I'm in ILS. I'm like, oh really, you are? ILS hasn't been around for like half a year. So where you really been, honey? What have you been doing? Why are you calling me? I bet she's trying to pitch me on some other deal. I know that that's the case. And I've got to salute her for at least, well, we'll find out. I'll report back to you guys what her issue was. But I think she's just trying to recruit me into something. I think she is. And I got to, we'll talk in the future about recruiting up. So I got to hand it to her as far as the recruiting up thing is concerned. But there have been tens of thousands of people, okay? And how many of them are actually following through and doing the thing? How many? And thank you very much, Gino. The headphones are looking awesome. Shaji, thank you. All right, stop looking over my shoulder at my house, Shaji, okay? And James, so I missed it. Is it recorded? Joe, I didn't get the invite email for Rebecca's training last night. James, did you buy the training last night? James, the training last night was a $497 seminar. Last night was 2.5 hours, and it's 4 weeks long. It was only the first of 4, and it's available. And here's the other thing, right? Somebody this morning on the radio show was saying, well, I can't afford to buy that seminar ticket right now. I'm like, okay, I get it. But did you know that the seminar ticket is an income opportunity? Of the $497 price tag, $200 is being paid out in commission. So it's an income opportunity. That's kind of new. And I know for some people trying to get your mind around this idea that, there's a seminar and it's actually a product. Dig it. In a moment, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about how the compensation model works and why this is important, why a seminar, and this is new. You're going to see more. You're going to see much more of this type of stuff, where it's in the compensation model. It's a product. Just like Traffic Optimizer, just like the Traffic Academy is a product and the company pays commissions. Well, this is also a product under the Traffic Academy, so commissions are paid. Very, very cool. So, James, you didn't get an invite to the email. Okay, James, if you were one of the first to purchase it, then yes, I have a replay for you. Okay. If you purchased the $497 thing, James, I apologize. Okay. I apologize. And what I'm going to ask you to do is send an email to support@trafficauthority.net and tell them what you just told me. okay, that you purchased the seminar for $497 and you didn't get an invitation. Send it in right now. I promise you that we will get that. We'll get that to you right away. Okay, thank you very much, Earl. All right, here's all right. I'm gonna disable the chat now so you guys will pay attention. And thank you, Roger. Thank you very much. And yes, it is still my red headband. It is Joe the plumber. And Frank, thank you very much. Frank was there this morning. He got knocked off. I want to report that Frank was in the seminar last night. Thank you, Frank. And Frank, I want to make sure that you did get your copy of the Slight Edge. I received a text message today from Amazon, said you received it. No, it said it was delivered. So hopefully it's not sitting on your porch, or hopefully you didn't give me the wrong address. But okay, enough of my mindless rambling. Let me share some ideas here with you guys. All right, here's the deal. Okay, here is the deal. All right, you guys know who I am. My name is Joe. I'm the Chief Communications Director for the Traffic Academy. I've known Greg and Doug for years. Greg Chambers, who's one of the co-founders, I met Greg Chambers probably 20 years ago. And when I met him, he was a lead vendor. At that time, he was working with a top-tier company. Top tier meaning it was a $25,000 product. For those of you who are squeamish, you're struggling for $47, $97. This was a $25,000 product. And the commission was $15,000 on a sale when it was made. And Greg Chambers was very effective. He was really doing well in that company. As a matter of fact, he had something figured out. He was running classified ads. This is before the internet was available. This is before Google, way before Facebook. The kid who invented Facebook, he was in diapers when Greg Chambers was in the lead generation business. And that's literally. And so that's where I met Greg Chambers. Greg was a lead vendor. He had made all this money in the deal, okay, as a top tier marketer. And he had a unique way of generating leads. He was running classified ads. He was very good with copy. He's a brilliant marketer. And they approached him, the company approached him and said, dude, why don't you make these leads available to some other people? And he said, okay, I'll do that. And that's when I met him. He actually was one of the first lead vendors ever in our space, going back 20 years. So this guy's a pioneer when it comes to this type of work. And one of the other co-founders, I also met him probably 10, 12 years ago in the top tier. I was a chief operations officer for a company that was doing hundreds of millions of dollars in business. And he was a customer. And then he became a leader. And then he became a company executive for other companies. That's how I know these guys. That's how I met Doug Wellens. And so, I know who these guys are. And I've been around the industry for a long time, going back over 20 years. I was doing some ciphering, and I have been involved as an architect for at least 3 companies. One of them was my own, which I started on the back of a napkin. And after 6 years, we had done, millions of dollars in business, traveled all over the world. We were firewalkers and doing extraordinary personal development things, hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm kind of an expert in this field, right? I've been a company founder. I have been a speaker. I'm an author. I've traveled the world, literally the entire world, speaking on stage and assisting people in growing their home-based business. That's what I do. And so when you get started here with the Traffic Authority, I'm one of the guides that's going to be here to walk you through the process. I'm one of the people who's here on the architectural level. I got a lot of experience, and I'm going to be here for those of you who are just getting started. I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. As I said, every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can count on me to host a Q&A forum. We get into a little bit of training. We talk about the current events. Maybe we come across some stuff in Forbes or personal development magazines, or, we always are looking for something that's kind of interesting that is relevant to your experience here in the Traffic Authority. And we hear from people, okay? It's not just me. We hear from people. This morning, I'll tell you, I got my list here. This morning, we heard from Earl Teets and Larry Banner. Larry Banner, thank you very much. Donald from Omaha. Gilbert James is checking in nearly every single day. Kenneth, you got to love this guy, Kenneth from Pittsburgh. The guy's a poet, right? He ain't no opposition to my position. He's always coming up with one-liners. We had Monica live in Portland. Mallory calling in from Canada. Celeste, love me some Celeste. Celeste today came up with the concept of Sweet 16. The year 2016 is going to be sweet. So every single day we have an opportunity to come together, and you can have your voice be heard every single day. We do, I already shared with you, this webinar every single Tuesday in a live opportunity. Now we have some other really cool things like Rebecca's webinar last night. There's going to be 4 of those. There's also every single Thursday marketing opportunities. We're always looking to enhance those. We have this this Facebook page I talked a little bit about. There's a Facebook page that's out there, and you can look it up. Most of you know where it is. And if you're brand spanking new, we make sure that you receive this email with all of this contact information. For example, the radio show, there's links every single morning. Every morning, there's a link on the Facebook page reminding you that we're going up live on the radio show with a telephone number and a live stream link, because we do stream live on the internet 24/7. You can pick these up, these recordings. We do have an opportunity to meet with the founders of the company. Now, here's what we're doing. The founders have been on Saturdays, okay, since the beginning for about a year. Every Saturday, we've been coming together with the founders and the co-founders and doing a call, a visionary call. And what we're going to be doing, because we're so heavy duty, we're so intense on Monday through Friday. Some days we're out here, like at the end of today, I've spent 8 hours live with you guys, okay, via radio shows and webinars. And so, like, there's so much content and there's so much stuff for you guys to do, especially you full-timers, that we're going to lighten the load on Saturdays and Sundays. So that visionary call that you see on Saturdays, we're going to be moving that to a webinar, and we're going to be showcasing those guys on a monthly rather than a weekly basis. So they really have some information. They're really like superstars anyway. So we want them to do the work they have to do, and we're going to bring them out on webinars where you can see them just like you're seeing me right now. It's going to be very cool. Okay. The Facebook thing is very cool. That's a place where you can connect and you really get some, you really can get a feel for the heartbeat of what it is that we're doing. Now, the business model here, and this is what is unique. Okay. Traffic is the one thing that every online business has to have if they want to stay in business. They purchase traffic over and over and over again. They wake up in the morning, and one of the first things they're thinking about is, I have to get some views to my website. How am I going to get some traffic? Well, the business model here is predicated on that idea. Okay, this is the same business model. What we use here in the Traffic Authority is basically the same business model that Facebook and Google use. And I know some of you are going, what are you talking about, Joe? Facebook is where I go to look at pictures of grumpy cat. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing people skiing down mountains, and there they are with their families with the helmets and the goggles as they're about to go down on their snowboards. And then there's pictures of the Christmas trees. And then now every time you go down, you scroll down, there's videos and all this chaos, right? It's like, what do you mean? Facebook is we're in the same business as Facebook. And Google, what do you use Google for? What are you looking? You're looking for some new stuff. You're looking for a toothbrush. You're looking for a new car. You're looking for a vacation spot. You're looking for the definition of a word. You know that all these companies are just grabbing the data, right? They're scarfing up your search engines. Did you ever notice, if you're looking for something, like I noticed this yesterday, I was looking for something specific, right? And what I was looking for was the definition of a word. And I won't share with you all the details, but the definition of the word that I was looking for has products that are related to it. And then suddenly, I was at Google doing some other research, and over on the side of Google, they were actually presenting me with buying opportunities related to the search I did for the definition of a word. Did you ever look on Facebook? Like, you got your feed in the middle, I'm pretty sure. And then to the right, like between over here, all the way on the end over here, there's people telling you, oh yeah, I like this post, and Joel likes this, and Rebecca likes this, and Johnny likes this, and Doug likes this. That long feed right there, and it's always moving. And then next to it, there's ads, right? There's stuff for sale. You know that's stuff for sale. The reason those ads are there is because Facebook has identified you as an individual who is looking at certain items, so they start selling you stuff. We're in the same business. Okay, traffic. That's called traffic. Remember I told you that the landlord for my new little chapel here, he's in a business. He has a car service, a limo service with like 50 cars. He's got a big deal going on, right? Running in and out of the airport, and right now he's busier than hell. And he was telling me that he's running ads like crazy on Google. He's got a Google rep and he pays $8 every time someone clicks. Like if I'm angry with my landlord today and I want to get my $8 worth of flesh out of him, I can go and click his link on Facebook with no intention. I don't even need a car. I just want to get that $8 out of him because he's going to hit me up for $10 because I'm late on my rent. So when I click that link, he's paying $8. Period. End of story. Traffic. That's the business model of Google and Facebook. My guy, when I told my landlord that I was a traffic guy, that I was an internet traffic broker, his eyes were like this. Really? You're an internet traffic broker? I'm paying $8 a click. What does a click cost from you? I said, well, it's $1 a click. He's like, where do I get these clicks? I am in. Now, you guys know that we have we have a niche, right? You know, for him, for my landlord, it's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Landlord, this isn't really for you because we're more of a business opportunity related. You know, the traffic that we're responsible for generating is related to people who are in the business opportunity world. And so, but at the same time, we're in the same business as the Google and the Facebooks of the world. Period. End of story. That is a matter of fact, Jack. Okay. We have 3 products at the Traffic Authority. The Traffic Authority. There are 3 products. Okay, we call them the 3 T's. And you know, there's something called 3-star qualified in our compensation model. And when you become 3-star qualified, that's where the real money is, and that's where the money really gets going. And so your goal is to get 3-star qualified as quickly as you possibly can. Okay. And here are the 3 T's. The 3 T's are Traffic Optimizer. Those are the tools. Okay. Those are the tools that people who already understand websites. Okay, if you're building a website, if you have a website, if you know about offers, okay, you know what, you're going to put a website out there, you're going to sell a product and you want people to make a decision and you want them to move quickly, like the funnels that we have. Some of the funnels that we have, right? They're asking people to make decisions to move quickly. Those funnels, have you ever seen those funnels? They have things like timers, like this offer expires. Watch the timer. Make sure you're watching the timer because when that timer gets to 0, this offer is off the table. That's called a timer. Those are drop-ins. And when you have Traffic Optimizer, those are some of the tools that are available to you. Split testers. Let's say you have more than one website. Let's say that you have a website for whatever it is, okay, company A. I know that many of you operate more than one internet-based opportunity. So you have a website for company A. And then you have a website for company B. And then you have a website, say, for your Traffic Authority business. Well, a split tester allows you to rotate traffic and drive traffic at all 3 of those. So you can do some research and say, well, I think I'll send 100 clicks today. And let's see who's really, which one of my websites is converting? Which one of my websites are people responding to and clicking? So you can make better decisions on how you're spending your advertising dollars using tools like split rotators. That's the kind of stuff that is in the optimizer. Okay. The next thing we have is the Traffic Academy. Now, I've been talking about the Traffic Academy a lot this evening. The Traffic Academy, you can take a look back there. It's a $97 upsell. It's an add-on, okay? The $97 add-on, the goal of the Traffic Academy is to overwhelm, okay? I mean to overwhelm the student with content. You will never be able to get that much content for $97 a month. Period. End of story. If you find somebody who has this level of current content that is fresh with access to the teachers, every single month we're adding a new module. If you can show me that level of fresh content, okay, Darren Hanser, okay, this Nicole Mazer, what she does right now, she currently she's here generating up to 5,000 new followers every single week. She picks up 60,000 followers a year. And her training is available as a member of the Traffic Academy. This Rebecca Bardas piece, I know that many of you, we talk about Rebecca, she comes out on the radio show. Do a little research on her to see what her credibility and what her qualifications are. She is a remarkable, did you ever see the movie The Wolf of Wall Street? Have you ever seen that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street? Well, the training that she was bringing to us last night was that level of stuff. She has worked with the dude. His actual name escapes me right now. Leonardo DiCaprio played him, the Wolf of Wall Street. The tools that he uses, and integrity is a big issue here, but the tools, the language, the listening skill, the inflection in his voice, how do you actually move somebody from being a suspect to a prospect to a customer? And how do you do it in 4 seconds? This is Jedi master stuff. In her fundamental course, the fundamental course is available as the Home Business Authority Blueprint in the member back office as part of the $97 per month package. If any of you can tell me where I can get this level, or if you represent a program that has this level of content for $97 a month, send me an email to joe@trafficauthority.net and I will sign up. Or come on the radio show tomorrow. Come on the radio show at 11 a.m. Eastern at radioleverage.com and tell me about your offer, because you have a new member right here, right now. Our third package, our third of the 3 T's, is the traffic packages. Now, the traffic packages are very, very cool. It's $1 a click. You pay $1 for 1 click. Now, a click is not a sale. A click may not even be a lead, but a click is a click. Okay, and the way that the company works, it's email marketing. It's email marketing. So if you buy 200 clicks, Traffic Authority, on your behalf, will send emails that are crafted very, very well, emails that have sales funnels, emails that are like, we have a vested interest in your success. So 200 clicks means that we're going to send as many emails as it takes. It may take 1,000 emails that we will send on your behalf to get 200 people to actually click. And when they click, that's when the magic happens. Now, on 200, you're looking probably at, I would say, 25 to 35% of those 200 will become leads. Okay, so maybe on 200 clicks, you'll get 50 leads. Now, what do you do with the leads? Those leads may become buyers right out of the gate. And we visited this in the Darren Hanser training. On 100 leads, you're going to get 20% of those leads. 15% will buy eventually. 80% will never buy. There are rules of internet marketing that we adhere to. But the thing is this: at the end of the day, it's about building your list. So now you have names and email addresses of people who are responsive. And now we will teach you. You will have the ability to learn, to be coached, or even use some of our turnkey marketing tools to take that to the next level and take those leads and monetize that list. Turn those leads into responsive buyers. That's the ultimate goal. We have some other things, okay? There's I know you've heard about this, a capture page builder. It's been an enormous project, enormously expensive. Had to really shift gears a couple times. And if you remember on our Christmas party we had 3 weeks ago, remember Adam Whiting was there. He came out of a Christmas party and he explained what was the problem or what the challenges were with the building of the capture page builder. But that's coming. The link tracking, pop-ups, we got all of this kind of stuff, okay? In the training, okay, the Traffic Academy training gives you a 30-day traffic plan, training from the traffic experts, and of course our top tier traffic, which is very, very good. But you have to understand what it is, okay? You have to understand what it is and how it really works. Now, the Traffic Optimizer, we talked about that. That is a $47 a month commitment. Okay, that's $47 a month. And of that $47, $20 is being paid out in commission every single month. The Traffic Academy, it's a $97 upgrade. So if you look across the board, all in is $144. And of the $144, 70 goes right out the door in commissions. Not bad, right? Not bad. And the way the commission is split, and for some of you guys, I'll even drop a name, Empower Network. The big Empower Network, they were kind of the pioneers of a new compensation model that many, many companies used. Even the Infinite Leverage System, ILS, before this became the Traffic Academy, before it was a Traffic Authority, that was the comp plan. And in that comp plan, and those comp plans are still out there right now, the way that it works is when you sign up a new person, okay, the very first sale that they make, they are going to keep. The second sale, they pass up. The third one, they keep. The fourth sale, they pass up. 5th one, they keep. 6th one, they pass up. Now that sucks. Does it not? Would you agree with me that it sucks to go out there, spend the time, do the marketing, maybe even bring in a warm market person, and then have that sale go away forever? If that was a 2, 4, or 6, it goes up. It's gone forever. In this compensation model, rather than pass up, because mathematically, dig this, okay? Understand. When you pass up, if you make 6 sales and you're passing up 2, 4, and 6, you're only getting half of the money on those first 6 sales. You're only getting half of the money because you're passing up 2, 4, and 6. In this compensation model, instead of passing up 2, 4, and 6, you just split the commission 50-50. Okay, so the commission is split 50-50. So you have a vested interest in every single sale. How cool is that? And then we have something called qualification. Remember I mentioned 1, 2, 3-star qualification? Well, here's the 1-star qualification. 1-star qualification is when 6 people who you are responsible for bringing to the table, when 6 of them have become members of the Traffic Optimizer. Now, on the 50-50 split, okay, the way this works, on Traffic Optimizer sales, there's $20 in commission available. So if it's one of the first 6 sales you're making, you're going to get $10 every single month that person stays a customer. But then you get a raise. Okay, beginning with the 7th sale, if it's your sale, you get 80%, which is $16. And your sponsor still has a vested interest in your success, and they will get $4. And when you make 6 of those Traffic Optimizer sales, that's when you get the raise. That's when you go from 50-50 to 80-20. You get the 80, your sponsor gets 20. Same thing for Traffic. Now you're a 1-star qualified. A 2-star qualified is an individual who has purchased the traffic. And you don't have to, we'll get into some details next week. I'm almost out of time here. I promise, after that 2.5-hour marathon last night, we're only going to go an hour. So we'll get into some more detail next week. We'll do a continuing education. We'll get into some more details. I've got some graphics I'm building, and I've got some video that we're going to be introducing. Because you know what? What you're really experiencing right now is me practicing. I'm practicing on our brand new webinar video that's going to be introducing our program and our product to every single brand new person when they get started and the minute they get started. How cool. Without all the stuff at the front, all that stuff when I was talking about, do I have a fat head and showing the dream video. We're not going to do that. We're going to get into some very, very specific information about how brand new people can get started. And we're going to do that for you. Okay, so we want people to get started much more quickly, in money much more quickly. How can we do that? Well, you're experiencing a dry run right now. So back to the Traffic Academy. Same thing. Okay, $97 of the $97, $50 goes out. If you are responsible for those Traffic Academy sales, you will get 50% of the commission. Okay, so you're going to get $25 a month for every member on the first 6. And then beginning with number 7, you are going to get the raise. Okay, you're going to get 80% of that $50, which is $40, and your sponsor is going to get 20%, which is 10. So you get a raise. You make the 6 sales, you get a raise plus your 2-star qualified, right? And then the same thing is for the traffic packages. Now, same thing. Okay, and I want you to take a look to your member back office. There's a lot of money involved here. People can get started for $200. They go all the way up to $8,000 top tier. People pay $8,000 for 8,000 clicks, and 4,000 of that is being paid out in commission. Pretty cool. When you have sold 6 traffic packages, doesn't matter. It could be 6 basics, 6 goals, 6 platinum, 6 diamond, doesn't matter. But when 6 traffic packages have come as a result of your efforts, you go from 50-50 split to 80-20 split. And you're now 3-star qualified. And you're qualified for life. And you need 6 of each. And it could be the same person, right? The visionaries, the people who really get it, right? They come in here and they say, okay, what do I got to do? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Traffic Optimizer, my Academy, and I'm going to buy a traffic package right now. So it could be the same 6 people that qualify you at each of the 3 levels. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's very, very simple. And it isn't easy because it does require work. Now, what I want to do is just I'm going to wrap it up here because we are 55 minutes into this. There's a lot more information here. I want to talk to you guys about the back office. Most of you know the back office and what it looks like. I said that I would walk you guys through the back office stuff, but most of you understand what that is. I promise you, you have my promise. Next Tuesday night, we're going to get into some more detail. We're going to walk you guys through there. So you know what I would encourage you guys to invite your prospects, right? Invite your prospects, people who are looking at the business, to come and get some of this training. And I promise you next week, I'll get way deep into the member back office. Most of you guys have been here. You understand where to find your resources and where the resource center is and where the academy, the traffic academy is. You guys know that stuff. Come back next Tuesday and we will make sure that you get a handle on it. But, that information is out there. We've already done plenty of webinars on that. I do want to say a couple things quickly, though, that, our support desk, for those of you who are, for whatever reason, you have an issue with your stuff, like James here this evening was talking about the fact that he had yet to get his invite for last night's webinar. Our support desk, if you just be patient with them, you'll be amazed at how good and how quickly they respond. I'm talking, just the other day, we had somebody on the radio show come out and testify that they had a response in less than 30 minutes. It really is a very, very cool, efficient thing that is taking place there. And I want to thank the team that works back there. And Gilbert James, by the way, maybe you hear from Gilbert. He's one of our new additions to that staff, and we'll be expanding that more in the future. I just want to say that I want you guys to know that 2016, Sweet 16, thank you for that, Celeste, is it's rocking. Okay. We're going to meetings next week. I'm going to be broadcasting most likely from Las Vegas and doing this webinar from Las Vegas. I'm meeting up with the other partners there, the people who are responsible for the technology and the creative and the sales funnels, and really circling the wagons for next week. So it's looking really, really exciting, 2016. And, to go back to the very beginning of this evening's exercise, the dream video. I know each and every one of us has a different reason for being here. We have different levels of expectation, certainly with different levels of experience. But, your dream can come true if you are clear on what that dream is, if you are crystal clear, if you can articulate that dream. One of the things last night, again, and if any of you guys are interested in catching up, we can still get you into this series of Rebecca webinars. And this is part of your 6. Okay, this is a product. Right? It's a product. Getyourticketnow.com. Getyourticketnow.com. If you're interested in doing this with us, it's Jedi level. I know we're ninjas. That's what the headbands are. Ninjas. This is Jedi. This is something else. But last night, one of the topics, and Rebecca, forgive me for leaving some candy in the lobby of the theater here, but one of the things that really resonated with me last night was Rebecca telling each one of the students that we deserve to be wealthy. That we must be wealthy. We have to be. This, when I started the thing, it's the 5th day of the month. We're late on our rent. We're late on our bills. And it's like, it just shows up. The bills just are relentless. They keep coming. And I know for many people, we're looking for something to happen. We're looking to make something happen. Dreams can come true. It can happen for you. You must be wealthy. You. Because you have family, you have friends, you have society, you have church, you have responsibilities. You are a leader. You're a ninja. You're here right now. You deserve it. So go get it. Go and take what is rightfully yours. And hopefully it's here. Hopefully it's in the traffic authority. Right? And so that's one of the things we learned last night, is that we deserve it. We must have it. And we have to get clear on what we're going to do with it, visualize it. What is the real definition of purpose? And when you get down with that kind of stuff, you just marry yourself to something like the traffic authority, because it is simple. It isn't easy, but it's simple. So with that, I'm going to leave you. Okay. I'm going to leave you for this evening. I promised only an hour. Enough of me, right? Enough of me. Thank you very much. I've had enough. Sometimes I'm like too much icing on the cupcake. Oh, this is a delicious cupcake. Oh, but suddenly it's like, Okay. Grantley is saying they promised to investigate and get back to me, but nothing at this point. Okay. Oh, thank you. Somebody says here, I've already implemented some of the jewels we learned last night. It is worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Curtis, boom shakalaka. Joe Galucci. Yes, Joe, you'll see me in the morning. Rick, thank you very much. I hope you guys I had fun here this evening. I want to tell you that it's been a long day. It's pouring rain in the Valley of the Sun. Pouring. I mean, like pouring rain. It's like doesn't rain here ever. Sometimes we go 6 months with no rain. So it's been a rainy day and there were painters in here and I was just feeling under the weather. Under the weather. But then I came into this space and then I got an opportunity to connect with you guys. So I want to thank you for all the cool feedback here. And so let's just go do the thing. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll be together tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, radioleverage.com. Post on Facebook if you like what you see. And I got news for you. There is another contest. One of the goals is to have a contest, an incentive contest every single month. Okay. Every month. And so we have one coming up and we're going to change up some of the prizes. We've got a couple strategies to make it fresh and new, but do the thing. Okay. All of you guys, so many of you have been posting on Facebook. So many of you have been commenting, shooting videos, all of the little things that you're required to do, showing up on the radio show. I've noticed, and this is interesting, when the incentives go away, the incentive goes and then the activity falls off. It's like, we have to learn to just do the thing. Even if there's no free points, even if there's no headphones, even if there's no cash giveaways, still do the thing, because the greatest benefit of doing the thing is to you. You get the discipline, you get the rhythm, you learn how to send the emails, you're posting on Facebook, and you know what you can do? You can do it very, very quickly. You can get the whole thing done, the whole shebang out of the way in an hour in the morning while we're doing the radio show. And we're getting the radio shows. If you noticed, for those of you guys, there are some of you who said, you know what? I can't go there. I can't sit here for 2 hours and listen to that guy. I can't be there for 2.5 hours. You're going to notice we're keeping it tighter, right? My spiel is, you notice I'm in the 15-minute zone now, right? So we can get to people. And I'm going to ask you guys, when you come out, we keep it moving. So show up, okay? Show up. We'll get you in and out of there quickly, and you get feedback, and you get some, you get charged up, and you hear people are having results. And in that hour or so, I will give you permission to multitask. In that hour, you can be sending your emails and you can be posting on Facebook while you're waiting your turn. And you can shoot a video and say, hey, listen to me. You know what? Here's one for you, Kenneth. Here's one for you, Kenneth. Hey, it's Kenneth, man. Ain't no opposition to my position. As a matter of fact, right now, it is this time of day and I'm waiting for my turn on the radio show. So why don't you all come over and check out my brand on the radio show? Put that on a Facebook link. Okay, put it on. Why not? Why not? And then you go back later and say, oops, if you were late, here's a link to that radio show. I notice Earl Teets is beginning to do that, Earl. Okay. And so what if you go out there and say, you know what, hey man, on your video say, oh, did you see? Oh, you missed it. Well, here's a link to the radio show. I'm about 45 minutes in. Check it out. And hit me up if you'd like more information about how you can change your life. Like I'm talking, let's make this a sweet 16. Get a hold of me. So 90 days from now, your life will be completely different. Right? There you go. All right. That's it, I guess, huh? I'm out of here. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you in the morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Let's go play in traffic. Just look both ways before crossing, okay? And is it breezy on your side of the screen? Are you feeling some wind because I blink like this? Some of my brothers and I notice I'm doing that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Thanks for being here.